afternoon, everyone, and welcome. What a wonderful time of year it is, and what a wonderful time to have you all come and visit Gray Towers. And I know many of you have been here this week earlier to help with the decorating, and what a fantastic job that you did. And we were joking in the kitchen Wednesday, I think it was, that there's a number of you that have been doing this for a number of years. And I don't know where Joe is, but I think Joe said he's been decorating the one of the railings for quite a few years. And I suggested that we might want to consider putting a tag on and say, this railing was decorated so that folks get some credit. So I've met many of you, and but some of you I haven't. But for those that don't know who I am Bill Dower. I'm the acting director here for a few months behind Allison, who most of you know retired on November 3rd. And we heard from her, and she hates retirement. She said it's the worst mistake she ever made. Of course, that's not true. She's having a great time with her retirement. So I'm new to this. Many of you have been here in the past, I believe, I trust, and some of you are new to it also. But just wanted to take a moment to thank you. This is a celebration of volunteerism. And we have a very, I come from the White Mountain National Forest up in New Hampshire and Maine, and we have a very strong volunteer program up there as well. And I will say that just like here, we, the Forest Service, can't do half of what we do without volunteers. And it's true here too. We so appreciate what volunteers do for us and what they bring to the Forest Service, the outreach that they help us do to the community, and the many, many positive things that volunteers do. So we have this celebration to thank you all as volunteers, and the Gray Towers Heritage Association, of course, and the art program. And I have notes here so I don't get this wrong, but Joan Polishuk's Come Paint With Me art program. Hopefully you've all had a chance to admire the wonderful artwork that's around the second floor here. There's some beautiful stuff there. Absolutely beautiful artwork.
And it's for sale.
It is for sale. And someone just said, this is the gentleman that you need to see right there.
That's right.
And then, of course, the horticultural team and the Milford Garden Club, who I know are a lot of the folks that did a lot of the decorating. And even though you come from a variety of backgrounds, down in the kitchen during the coffee break the other day, the volume was quite loud, and I came to the conclusion that you all like each other because you seem to be having a great time. So this year, somewhere in the vicinity of just over 2,000 hours of volunteer work was completed here at Gray Towers by folks like yourselves. And that's a tremendous amount of work that, again, we couldn't get to all the things that are gotten to by you folks without you. So, again, thank you so much. And as all of you know, I think the reason you're here is because, like me, you love Gray Towers and believe in the history of the Pinchot family and what Gray Towers has meant, not just to this community, but literally to our nation through the Forest Service and all the things that Gifford Pinchot and his family did for this country. And so we all collectively celebrate that, and what a great time of year to also celebrate the holiday season. So with that, right after Fred is going to speak here for a moment, and Fred and I just met this week, and we spent some time just chatting in my office about all the wonderful things that the Heritage Association has done in the past, but also what is planned for the future. And there's an exciting list of projects that are planned there, but I'm going to let Fred spend more time talking about that. And when he's done talking, we are going to sign a memorandum of understanding. I'm sure it's not a surprise to any of you, but the federal government requires anything that we do to be formalized in paper. So we are going to sign the official paper that will establish the memorandum of understanding on basically how the Heritage Association and Great Towers is going to work together for at least the next 5 years. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Fred.
Thank you, Bill. I'm Fred Gendel from the Heritage Association. When it comes to speaking, I was told you should always be fast, be funny, and be done. I tend to not be funny, but I'll try and be done as quickly as I can. We will sign that MOU. And generally, we start these presentations by saying thank you. And I'd like to say thank you to the Forest Service for taking care of this place, as well as for providing the environment for those of us who volunteer and try and make it better to do so. Because what it is and what it represents is an important part of Pike County, Norfolk, Pennsylvania, and the nation as well. I'm not going to replicate anything Bill said, but I will talk a little bit about your Great Towers Heritage Association, which many of you are here as members of. So this past year, we did many of the same things that we do year to year, hosting and supporting the Forest Service with public programs, whether it's 8K race, Screens on the Green, participation in the Festival of Wood, the Ice Cream Social on Independence Day, which was a very good time, readings from Poe, and then there'll be 3 readings of Dickens on the Saturday and Sunday, which should be a really good time, as well as doing some work rehabilitating Laurel Hill Cemetery, which was the very first burial ground here in Milwaukee. Bill said we have an active program looking forward to 2015, and we do. Many of the things that we talked about that we did this year, we'll do again next year. We're also adding another program, hopefully, for children during the summertime, somehow rolling in the American Chestnut, which again is foundational to the Pinchot family, as well as working with Beth's horticultural team to do some planting in the meadow, as well as Becky's folks to try and help with some of those conservation efforts. It is a small group of people, that is kind of the nature of the beast, but there's a little bit of everything for folks that want to participate. So I'd like to introduce the rest of the folks that help with this board. I've learned that boards of directors they sound more important than they really are. But as I look around, Sheldon Polishuk, straight ahead. Marianne Riedel, John Hannigan, Robert Remillard, Robert's wherever the beer is not, and Linda Pinto. So, if you would be interested in maybe helping out with one of those activities, please grab one of those folks and say, hey, let me give you my name, and we'll get back in touch with you. But we don't do it ourselves. We get a pretty good amount of community support. We had $12,000 donated to Great Towers through the Heritage Association, mostly from community organizations and businesses, and I'd like to mention them because it's a good thing and maybe we can help by supporting them as well. Orange and Rockland Utilities, UGI Utilities, which donated the money that allowed us to put this reception on. So please thank him especially. Pennsylvania Environmental Council, Walmart, Wells Fargo, the Rotary Club of Matamoros and Milford, and the Pocono Arts Council. Each of those organizations was very gracious in terms of supporting our program. So if you can, please support them in Canada. That's all I have. Done. But I'm going to hand the microphone over to Sheldon's better half, Joan Polishuk, which she's really the impulse behind the Compete With Me program.
Welcome everybody. I will try to be fast. I don't know if I'm funny, but fast with my thanks to Phil. And especially to the artists who participate every year in the Compete With Me program. This has been the 17th year that we have come to Great Towers to paint on the site. And again, my thanks to the Forest Service for inviting us and making us feel welcome, and to the Great Towers Heritage Association for this wonderful reception that we have every year that we can share with all of you in the community. I wish everybody, on behalf of all my artists, a very happy, healthy, and safe holiday season.
There's plenty of food. And as I told most of you coming in, I certified the chocolate chip cookies consumable. So please, the desserts are on the third floor. Don't leave anything for other desserts. Thanks a lot.
Yes, right.